You are standing in the middle of your own med spa in Scottsdale, Arizona. 2,500 square feet of quartz countertops, recessed lighting, and Italian porcelain tile. The treatment chairs still smell like new leather. Your name is on the sign outside. You put $400,000 into this room. You spent 6 years in the emergency room. 3 more years working inside a med spa chain, watching the owner take home $300,000 a year while you earned $65,000. You told yourself that was the last year you would make someone else rich. So you saved $160,000, took out an SBA loan for $240,000, and built this place from bare concrete. The branding is flawless. The website converts. The Google reviews are 5 stars. You hired the best injector you could find, a 29-year-old PA with 14,000 Instagram followers and a waiting list. She fills your schedule 6 days a week. You believe this business belongs to you. Opening month, the calendar was full by Thursday every week. You looked at the numbers and did the math. At this pace, you would pay off the SBA loan in 4 years and clear $300,000 in personal income by year 5. You texted your best friend from nursing school. I should have done this years ago. The space was yours. The equipment was yours. The clients were never yours. Her name was on every before and after photo. Her face was the one clients tagged on Instagram. When someone called to book an appointment, they did not ask for your spa. They asked for her by name. You told yourself that was fine. She worked for you. Your space, your marketing budget, your brand. But the clients did not see it that way. In the med spa industry, client loyalty does not attach to the logo on the wall. It attaches to the hands that touch the face. According to AmSpa practice management surveys, a lead injector typically generates 55 to 75% of a med spa's total revenue. Your PA generated 72%. One person, one pair of hands, 3/4 of your income. You had a non-compete clause in her employment contract. You thought that was your insurance policy. But Arizona follows a legal standard set by a case called Valley Medical Specialists versus Farber. The state Supreme Court ruled that non-compete agreements in healthcare are subject to strict scrutiny because they affect a third party, the patient. The court said patient choice and continuity of care outweigh the business interests of the employer. Your attorney told you this during the build-out. You nodded. You did not change anything about your business model. You assumed the contract would scare her enough to stay. That was not a business strategy. That was hope disguised as paperwork. There was a moment you could have seen it coming. Month 5, you noticed her Instagram bio had changed. It used to say lead injector at, followed by your spa's name. Now it just said board-certified PA, aesthetic injector, Scottsdale. Your name was gone. You told yourself it was a branding choice. It was a signal. 8 months after your grand opening, she posted one sentence on her personal Instagram. I am so excited to announce that I am now taking appointments at my new location. She linked a booking page. She did not send a single direct message to any of your clients. She did not need to. 14,000 people saw the post within 24 hours. Her new suite was 2.3 miles away. She signed a salon suite lease for a fraction of what you pay. No build-out, no SBA loan, no employees. Just a chair, a needle, and an audience that followed her, not you. The first call came the next morning, a client you had seen 4 times. She asked, "Is it true she left?" You said yes. She paused. Then she asked, "Can you send me her new number?" You gave it to her. You had no legal reason not to. That was the first of 37 similar calls in the next 2 weeks. The med spa industry in the United States is projected to reach $18.4 billion in revenue by 2025. The average med spa generates nearly $1.4 million a year. Operating margins run between 20 and 25%, with top performers hitting 30 to 40. Those are the numbers that convinced you to quit nursing. But there is a number nobody puts in the pitch deck. 45% of new med spas close within 5 years. Not because demand is weak, because the revenue source can walk out the door and the costs cannot. Let me show you where your $400,000 actually went. Every dollar of that $400,000 accounted for. $300,000 went into things bolted to the floor. The build-out, the lasers, the chairs, the tile. None of it generates a single dollar without someone sitting in that chair performing the procedure. You built the stage, she was the show, and the show just moved to a cheaper theater down the road. An $80,000 laser depreciates to $25,000 on the secondary market within a year. A $150,000 build-out has zero resale value because it is custom fitted to a specific lease. The day your injector walks out, the only asset that retains its full value is the one asset that just left. You owned the building, she owned the business. Two rules define this industry. First, in a med spa, client loyalty follows the injector's hands, not the owner's brand. Second, in Arizona and a growing list of states, non-compete clauses for healthcare providers are either unenforceable or severely limited by statute. If your revenue depends on one person, your non-compete is not a shield, it is a piece of paper. Then the booking page went quiet. The cancellations started on a Tuesday, 3 in the first hour. By Friday, 11 clients had rescheduled or simply disappeared. They did not call to complain. They did not leave bad reviews. They just stopped booking. The silence was worse than any 1-star rating. You tried doing the injections yourself. You have a nursing license. You completed a weekend training course in neurotoxins and fillers before the opening. But clients who are paying $600 for lip filler do not want the owner who also handles inventory and answers the phone. They want a specialist. They want the person whose before and after photos they studied for 3 weeks before booking. That person is no longer in your building. Within 60 days, 68% of your client base had migrated to her new location. They found her through the same Instagram account you once celebrated as free marketing for your business. 73% of med spa patients are repeat visitors, according to AmSpa. Those repeat visitors did not repeat at your address. They repeated wherever she went. You sat in treatment room 2 on a Wednesday afternoon. The chair was empty. The hallway was empty. The parking lot had 3 cars in it, and 2 of them belonged to your front desk staff. You opened your phone and checked her Instagram. Her latest post had 412 likes. The location tag said her new suite. You closed the app and stared at the ceiling. Your monthly revenue dropped from $39,000 to $11,000. But your burn rate did not drop with it. Rent stayed at $8,000. The SBA loan payment stayed at $4,500. The laser equipment lease stayed at $3,000. The medical director fee stayed at $2,500. Your receptionist still needed $4,000 a month. Insurance and utilities added another $1,500. The math was not complicated, it was fatal. This is what your bank account looked like 60 days after she left. Your husband asked the question on a Sunday night. He did not raise his voice. He just set his coffee down and said, "How many more months can we do this before it touches the house?" You did not answer. You already knew the number. At $15,500 a month in losses, your remaining savings would last until February. You drove past her new suite on a Thursday evening. The parking lot was full. She had a neon sign in the window that said, "By appointment only." She did not need walk-ins. She had a wait list. You had 2,500 square feet of empty Italian tile. You doubled your marketing budget. You ran Facebook ads. You offered 20% off first visits. New clients came in, but they came for the discount, not the relationship. They did not rebook. The average cost to acquire a new med spa client is $30 for the lead, but the real cost to convert and retain that client is many times higher. You were burning cash to fill chairs that emptied the following week. You posted a job listing for a replacement injector. Experienced PA or NP, aesthetic background required. The median salary for a PA injector in Arizona is $140,000 a year, plus 15 to 25% commission on services. 2 candidates responded. One wanted a base of $160,000. The other had 300 Instagram followers and no lip filler experience. Neither would replace what you lost. You stopped sleeping through the night. You woke up at 4 a.m. and opened QuickBooks on your phone in bed. The number was always red. You started counting backward from your savings balance to 0. The date you landed on was 7 months away. That was not a plan. That was a countdown. Then your medical director called. In Arizona, an RN cannot own the clinical entity of a med spa. You need a licensed physician to own at least 51% of the professional corporation. Your medical director had been collecting $2,500 a month to sign off on protocols. Now, with your star injector gone and inexperienced replacements rotating through, he told you his malpractice exposure had changed. He wanted to renegotiate. The new number was $4,000 a month, or he would walk. The spa was open, the owner was bleeding. How fast the money disappeared after she walked out. There is a version of this story where it ends differently. Not because the industry changed, because the owner built differently from day one. The owners who survive key person risk in this industry do three things that this owner did not. First, they diversify revenue away from injectables and into device-based treatments, like laser hair removal and RF microneedling, procedures that attach clients to the machine, not the person operating it. Second, they offer equity vesting or profit sharing to their lead injector, creating financial handcuffs that make leaving more expensive than staying. Third, they launch membership programs where clients prepay monthly into the spa's account, building a switching cost that follows the brand, not the provider. The gap between what she built and what survived. She did none of those things. She built a beautiful room. She hired a talented person. She assumed the room would keep the person and the person would keep the clients. She was wrong about both. The room is still there. The clients are not. Somewhere in Scottsdale, a 37-year-old woman locks the front door of a med spa at 7 p.m. The treatment rooms are dark. The Italian tile reflects nothing but exit signs. She has an $80,000 laser sitting in Bay 3 that she can sell for maybe $25,000 on the secondary market. That will not cover even 2 months of the SBA balance. She was not stupid. She was not lazy. She understood the industry better than most people who never stepped inside a treatment room. What she did not understand was that in this business, the product is not the procedure. The product is the relationship between one pair of hands and one human face. And you cannot put a lease on a relationship. The next time someone tells you they are opening a med spa, ask them one question: who owns the clients? If the answer is a name and not a system, then the $400,000 is not building a business. It is decorating someone else's launch pad.